Oh,
We are live. So if you join us today, please say your name or type something so we know that you're here with us. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so yet. It is time for We Need to Talk. It is time for We Need to Talk. It is time for We Need to Talk. It is time. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us today. This is We Need to Talk, and today is all about family. It's all about family. And so before we get started, my name is Abuna, your host for We Need to Talk. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you and your family are safe and everybody is doing well, everybody is doing good. So today, as you see all around me, there are three three men, or I guess a mix of men and boy. And
one man and
one man, one wanna be man, and then one boy, or the one that think he's a man, but he's not there yet. Okay, so I'm gonna have them all introduce themselves, and then we're gonna get into our content today. So my name is Abana Ogusuwa Nyantai, and I'm your host for We Need to Talk. Thank you for joining us today. So we're gonna start from my left, and we're gonna cut across. So you go first, then we continue that way. So go ahead.
all right. Hello, I'm Sandy Kusi. I'm 22 years old, student and athlete.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm David Owusi. I'm a guest on We Need to Talk.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 16.
Okay.
Hey, David just turned 16, so happy birthday, sweet 16. And by the way, I think you are the only one observing the COVID-19 protocol with your marks. You make us
High
feel like
five.
we are not
But we are all
observing
family.
any of that. But hey, I have my mark somewhere. I'll put it back on when we are done. Hi, everyone. My name is Kofi Asaribidiako, and I guess I am the big brother here. So hi to everyone. And thanks for joining us.
Okay, everyone. Yes. So all these men and boys that I'm seated next to, they are all my brothers. That is why the title for today's topic is Pieces of My Life, because they are all part of what makes my life. And so we're going to talk about family today. I just want everybody that is watching us live today to remember the state of Texas in your prayers whenever you go on your knee. We have just I know the whole world is going through a lot with the pandemic that's going on, but Texas has we've been facing a whole lot, especially in the month of February. Not too long ago, we lost some lives to a pileup of cars that were on the highway when the ice came. And just this week that is fading out, there was snow and people lost their lives. Some are still without electricity and some are still without water. And it might not be a big deal, but trust me, something that can cause people to lose their lives is a very big deal. So please remember the state of Texas whenever you go on your knees. Say a prayer for us. We are all here and we all experienced it. It was nothing pleasant. So today we're going to be discussing about family. And I know in this pandemic era, family is very important because we all need to connect. We all need one another. And so today, I just want everyone, all my audience, to have a feel of my family and get to know more about me and my family as well. And I hope in doing this, I encourage you that you connect with your family and you guys support one another, especially in the times that we need each other the most. So thank you for joining us. Please remember to subscribe if you've not subscribed. If you want to check if you have already subscribed, when you go to the channel, it will say D at the end of subscribe. If it doesn't have a D at the end, that means you've not subscribed yet. So please remember to do so. Please remember to share the link so others can join in as well. And please put in your comments, your questions, whatever that you have to say so you can be entered into a drawing at the end and you can win a gift this whole month of February. So we're going to start with the questions. As you all know, we started something in the year 2021. We want to ask some questions so we all get to learn some things about Africa. And so I'm going to ask them, my panel of boys and men, who is the current president of Ghana?
Are you asking
Is
the
it
The panel.
the
Everybody
boys?
does. I'm asking the boys and
Well,
the men.
I think this one I would defer it to the boys because
Okay,
this is
boys, talk.
mm,
Hi. Please don't. Mhm. Who is the current president of Ghana?
Will you be Nana?
Go ahead. Nana who?
Nana. Last name, but I just not.
Nanado. Dankwa Kufuado. That's the president.
mm,
Good job. You got Nana right, so that's
mm,
good. Okay. Who is the vice president of Ghana? Sandy, since David already answered this one goes to you.
I don't know.
You don't know, that's fine. You want to help him out?
well, these questions, I think if this is the questions you're gonna be asking, I think it's for them to.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't know, so they get the opportunity to learn. So you just tell us the
Can
answer.
they?
You can Google it, but the audience can help. Those that are watching us, you can help David and Sandy as they are trying to figure out who the vice president of Ghana is. And those that the person that says the answer the quickest,
Yeah,
they will get a
we'll
gift
get a gift.
today.
Yeah.
So please send
Yeah.
quick. I can see you trying to like Google it right now, Sandy. Stop that.
Yeah, I mean, I wanna stay behind for them to learn, to have opportunity to also explore and learn. So I will leave it up to them.
Okay, so
Call me.
no. The question is who is the vice president of Ghana currently? And these two boy and coming to be man wants to know. They need help from our audience. So if you're watching us today and you know, please type it in. Ralph said Dr. Baumia. So can you guys say
Dr. Glennia.
Baumia?
Glennia.
Yes, thank you. So, Mr. Ralph, I owe you a gift. You're going to get it after the show. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to get into our discussions. Today, the title is Pieces of My Life. And Pieces of My Life just basically means that I'm going to be discussing with my family, and they are pieces that come together to make the puzzle of my life. So, you get to know more about me, and I hope in doing this, it will also help you connect more with your family because we are all dealing with a whole lot in this year 2021 with everything that's happening around us. So my first question, the way it's gonna go today is we're all gonna have the conversation. So when I ask the question, everybody has to give their input, okay? So starting from Kofi, because he didn't talk when we asked the question, what is
Okay.
family to you?
Okay.
What does family mean for you?
Well, from our African perspective, family can be defined broadly to even include, your next door neighbor, your friends, and your people that are close to you. So, from our African perspective, that's what I would define family. So it doesn't just encompasses your mother, father, your siblings, uncles, and all that. It encompasses all your neighbors and close friends, etc.
So personally to you, what does family mean?
Yes, so family, that's what I'm saying. I'm African, I am including myself in that definition or the class of people who define family based on what I just said.
Okay, so they are like you said the neighbors and
Your neighbors could be your close friends. Obviously you have your nuclear family, should be your mother, your siblings, and of course your extended family, and then
okay.
I'm opening it broadly to include the
Everybody.
the
Okay.
friends and neighbors. So yeah.
Okay. So David, what about you? What is family?
Um, I would consider family like the everyday life people, and then your friends or your circle, then the extended family, and then that's it.
Okay. What about you, Sandy? What is family?
Yeah, kind of to piggyback what that said. Yeah, so you have your nuclear family, like that's your family by blood, your extended family, and then yeah, pretty much those who like your really close friends. Yeah, you can also say your neighbors. And, yeah, pretty much the people you hold like near and dear to your heart.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So one thing I have to tell you guys today, we're not going to be piggybacking on anybody. Everybody have to give me their own words because I don't want us all to be saying the same things. Okay, so okay, so they all discussed, they kind of basically pointed to who family is, but I wanted them to give a definition of what family is. So for me, family is the support system that we have, like what God thought that we were going to need on our walk in this world. And so for me, these are the pillars that makes up my life. So when one breaks, I don't know how, like I don't know how I'm going to survive or how I'm going to move on in life, and I need them because pillars are what holds a building together. So we are all we are all together and we are all family. Okay, so that's my definition of family. So now my second question to you guys are, well, let's start from you, Sandy. What are the responsibilities of each member of the family? And I mean our family. So for the children, I want you to talk about it that way, and then you're going to talk about the parents. Okay,
Okay.
so you go ahead.
Well, I guess I can come from two perspectives. So like in the African family and the American family, it's holistically it's the same, but the difference is like for the kids, you go to school, that's pretty much your job, and you go to school, you learn to do the best you can. I'll talk about that in the African family first, and uh, yeah, obviously the parents are the caretakers. They work, they provide uh, the best life they can, stuff like that. But and I would say like as like you get older and stuff, then the roles kind of switch. Like your parents take care of you up until the point that you can go off on your own, become an adult. Then so when they get into the older age, then you get back to them, take care of them. Basically, you got to win.
So I want you to personalize it because we're talking about our family. So we're not just generalizing anything today.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about
Yeah,
specific.
yeah, specifically our family. So
Okay.
like what is your responsibility in the family?
Okay. Well, I would say right now it is to just to go to school and get my education. Just become the best version of myself that I can.
Okay. What about you,
Yeah,
David?
I think Sandy made a great point that, as far as his responsibilities,
Mhm.
what we require from him as a member of the family.
Mhm.
I was going to add to what he was saying when he generalized the importance of it. Starting from your definition of now, you talked about family being a pillar.
Mhm.
So pillars hold when you're doing construction, you have pillars, and each of the pillar has its own responsibilities,
Mhm.
and it holds the building.
Mhm.
So with that one pillar, you will have like a broken building or a building not proportional. So
Mhm.
yes, so in general perspective, yes, each pillar is there to support the whole building. So
Yes. So we like I'm asking this question because we don't downplay anybody's role or their responsibility in the family because each of us have our role to play. And even in the Bible it says that we are all one body under Christ and every part of the body have their role to play. Like you're not gonna downplay the eyes because they're smaller in comparison to the whole body. You're not gonna downplay the hand or the left hand because it's the left and it's not as big as maybe the head and the brain is not there. Like everybody have their contributions. But I want like we're speaking about this so that we can know and we can have that confidence that what this is what I bring to the table too. It might not be the same as this person A, but person B also have their role that they have to play because without it, there's not a family. It's something else. So yeah, I want you to feel confident and feel free to speak about that. David, you can take your mask off. Like you know that we are all living in the house together. Nobody have COVID here. So feel free. So what is your responsibility? What do you think is your responsibility in the family?
Well, adding with going to school, but also making sure that everybody's okay. Nothing's wrong with their phone or anything like that. And making sure the house is just 100%. Also, I would add to that, if like the family, like if one of us is not there, or like, just like as they were saying, the pillar, if it's missing, then like the family's like it's incomplete. It won't move the way it is, and it will be a disaster. So as when we're all four of us are together, makes a family.
Okay, thank you. And Kobe.
Oh yeah, I think I already you know chime into my understanding of the responsibilities already. Just as David said, personally, as he mentioned, is about checking on each other, making sure everything is in line. Nothing burdensome, anything like that, and making sure that all the support that you need to offer is
Mhm.
being offered accordingly. Yes. So.
Okay. Okay. So it does look like we all have our responsibilities to play in the family. And sometimes, in as small as we might think, oh, mine doesn't really matter because mine is just going to school. Like, if you don't go to school, you create a stress on the rest of the family, meaning that the family is not going to function well. So, like, all the audience that are watching us, it doesn't matter what role that you play in the family. As long as you're a member of the family, the smallest things that you do also count. So don't look down upon it because that is how the family functions properly. Like if you do what you're supposed to do, the family move in accord and is at peace with themselves, right? Okay. All right. So from your memory, what are some of the happiest moments or some of the happiest memories that you have together as a family?
You started for me.
Anyone can start, but everybody will talk.
Okay, I'll go for it. I'll say, yeah, just like when we go, one of them when we go on vacation, like all together, it's nice, like road tripping. You really have time in your car to talk to each other and you can relate on different things. Even though we're all kind of at different points, as you can see, it's
Yeah.
literally, you know, but we're all, yeah, we can all like have that time to, reflect on life and just be able to get different things from each other. And even it's so like the beauty of how it is set up because even then you can teach Kofi something,
Mhm.
and so that's nice. I just man.
Okay. All right. So before we move on, for those that are joining us today, today is pieces of my life, and the pieces of my life are these men that you see next to me. These are the men that I call family. They are all my brothers. So they are what makes me when you meet Abana and she's tough is because of them. If you meet me and I'm soft, it's because of them. However that you experience me is because my background is filled with so many men. Okay, so that's what we are talking about. And just to like get your mind to think and understand what we are discussing and the answers that you're going to get from each of us today. Our older brother here is in his 30s. I just entered the 30, and this one is a teenager who is just turning 16 last week, and this one here is in his 20s. So as you can see, we have diverse age group, and so the mindset and the way that we process things are different. But the interesting thing though is when we all talk, there is that understanding and connection between us because technically, I mean, honestly, that is what family is all about. No matter what point, as Sandy was saying, that we are in life, we can all talk, we can all learn from one another, and we can all be supportive of each other. So the question that we're currently on is what are some of the happiest family moments that we've had? Sandy said that his is when when we go on road trips. And I remember the last road trip we went to was when Kofi was graduating,
San Antonio.
yeah, in San Antonio. It was very interesting. It was a long ride, but it was worth it because it was a car filled with the family, and some of the family members are not here today, but we were all present, and it was a quality time that built all of us up because it was a time that we kind of moved ourselves away from everything that was happening in the world, and we came back together in our own world, and we all felt comfortable. And so that was Sandy's memory that he has. So, David, what was yours? What is one of the happiest moments that you remember us having as a family?
I remember when we went to Galveston
Okay.
for the beach, and on the car right there, we had the experience of a little mini accident. They onto the hotel, and then like the hotel people didn't know that there were more than enough people in there, so we were also hiding in the bathroom. And then as we had those experiences, then we went to the beach, and then we played around. We saw like different things, learned some life lessons, had some adventures all together that made
Do you know how many years ago that was? Yeah,
How
that was that was 7 years ago,
old
and
how old were you?
you were 9.
memories.
You
And you
still remember
remember,
every
yeah.
detail.
You see, when
That is
you
amazing.
have good experiences, like experiences are something we can never shy away from because it is associated with a feeling, and anytime you have those feelings, we have those memories, like they're just happening. And this trip that David was talking about was when I graduated from college, and we took that trip in the summer. It was a very memorable one. I think that was like the first ever time, like all four of us actually went on a getaway as a
Yeah.
family. Yeah, we had other people, but then like I mean, all four of us together. Like that was the time that we all went together, like as a family, on a vacation, like as siblings on a vacation, and it was a very good one. So up to you, Professor.
What the amazing thing about it, I think sometimes as family or as life as consumers so much, we tend to forget all these things that we can take advantage of and stay in the moment. Some of the amazing things is having dinner together, like Thanksgiving dinner. You have all the family around. You take pictures, you talk about so many interesting things, and I always look forward for Thanksgiving, not just because of the turkey and the
The
food and
food,
all that,
probably.
but yeah, but you see the energy that everyone brings out to the
Yeah.
table, and that is amazing. And folks out there, I want to encourage you and advise, put it across to you, that try to have dinner with your family maybe once a week, twice a week, and you can see the energy, how everyone will feel about the presence of all the family members and having dinner together. I know life consumes so much, but make it a point, a commitment, maybe once a week. Just have a family with, I mean, a dinner with all the family, a lunch or whatever that you may call it. Yeah, and that would be a great bond for all of us.
Okay. It seems like everybody is sharing like their experience now. I don't even know which experience to share, but I think like my favorite pastime. Well, there are so many of them, but I think at around like 2016, 2017, we were always having a party every weekend in the house. It wasn't like a party that we were inviting everybody, but it was a get together for the family. That every Sunday we all sat down, we will fry yam and grill and sit and talk and eat and spend time like hours, and then everybody end up going to sleep like late in the night, and it's really helpful. And days that you are like beat up by yourself, you kind of think about those moments and you kind of strengthen yourself and look forward to them happening again. And those are some of the happy moments. And even when we had this snowstorm, having all of them here was great, especially on Tuesday. I can remember I woke up, I was angry. I was angry because like here I couldn't work, I couldn't take a shower, I couldn't eat, I couldn't turn on the TV, my phone was about to die. And then what they did was like they all said, "Oh, we're gonna go buy food for you," and they left. So I'm sitting here like it's kind of like in the olden days when the men go to the jungle to feast and the women stay at home. And here I was like one girl by myself or one woman by myself, and all these three men just carry themselves. Well, two men and one boy carry themselves, and then they drove through the snow like when everybody was home trying to figure themselves out. They took a risk with their life to go and find something for me to eat. And like the emotional part of it was even when they got the food, they didn't touch the food until they came home and sat it in front of me and they said we should eat. And that is something that like it's an experience that you cannot ask for or you cannot buy. It's an experience that is like it's not even about the food, but the emotions behind it, the heart behind it. I felt that. And that night I ate some chicken. It wasn't like the best chicken, but it was the greatest chicken just because of how I got that chicken. And it was just like something that's really special to me. And yeah, so that's one of my favorite experiences with them as my family. And so my next question now, I know we are softened up a little bit, but I just want the audience to understand. Anytime I'm doing this show, my whole concept is that I want all the audience to be able to relate to us and for them to have an understanding that whenever they're feeling something, they shouldn't believe or think that maybe they're the only ones that are feeling it. And so they will be comfortable and they will be empowered enough that they will break through that and move to the next steps in their life. So I want to ask you guys, what is one of the toughest challenge that you feel like we have had to deal with as a family?
Yes, I go first again.
Okay.
Uh, well, I don't want to get too much into the story because
You
I could
don't
talk
have to,
about it
just
for a
the
long.
concept.
But anyways, before started high school, I was living somewhere else, and then I moved back in with my family, like my dad, my brother, my sister, everything like that. And it was tough, like just being somewhere else and then coming to like your family. But I mean, it's like different because you grew up one way and they do things another way. So it's a tough thing, but it was good. Like it taught me a whole bunch of like different lessons and gave me a real different perspective. And then even for like the school I went to and stuff like that, it taught me so many things about life. It was, I mean, like I said, it was tough, but it was really good. I'm really thankful for everything and the time that happened too. It was probably like the right time, right before I'm going to high school, and you really start to get to know yourself, things like that. So,
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
very good one. Next.
yeah.
It's like everybody's trying to think about this. Okay, go ahead. You're thinking about yours? Okay, then Kofi will go.
What was your question? Was the toughest?
Yeah, the toughest challenge you believe you had to deal with as a family.
Oh well, I'm just gonna speak general.
You're gonna
Generally.
generalize
Yeah.
it.
So people will kind of like correlate to it.
Bring your face in.
Okay. Well, yeah. I guess the
Yeah.
okay better. Yeah. So one of the challenges probably will be like when you need to talk to someone, and as I said, here in America, very consumed with life and work and all those things. So sometimes it will be difficult to get in touch with a family member when you need, you get into situations and you're trying to get opinions and so forth. Not just that they don't care or um, they won't call you back or anything like that, but because of the consumption of life here and the nature life here, it becomes so difficult for them to get with you right away, which for people here, any minute spent not being productive, it can ruin something. So it becomes a challenge not being able to talk to someone right away. I think that would be one of the toughest
Toughest
things that
challenge. Okay.
most people could relate to.
Okay. What about you, Jim?
I'd say confessions, like whenever it comes to confessing something, and then like you have one conscience saying say it and the other one saying lie, and then like I mean at times I just go straight to the line because it's the easiest way, but then it'll come back and it'll hit me worse than telling the truth.
Okay, so for all everyone that's watching us, I think what David is trying to say is that in his young exuberances, when he needs to confess, when he does something, he just doesn't know if he has to tell the truth or if he has to lie. And in the time that he lies, the experiences teaches him that he should have just told the truth to begin with because it would have saved him a whole lot of stress. And that's some of the challenge that he has had with the whole family. And for me personally, I think one of the challenges that I have had as a family. I think it's almost like what they both said. All of us are in different phases in our lives, and everybody want to be there for one another. But then we also have to concentrate on our life. It's like you cannot put your life on hold to go and fix or help somebody else. But then again, we also kind of have the responsibility to one another. So sometimes it just feels like, oh, I could have done this better, or I should have done this. But then in the times when I should have done it, I also probably had my own personal thing going on. And so I'm not able to be there 100% as I should, or maybe like everybody would expect to. But I think that's one of the challenges of like being part of the family, and it's something that we all struggle with, but now that we talk about it, we're kind of being more conscious about it and try to do things better. And so far, that is it. So thank you for everybody that is joining us today. Please remember to subscribe if you've not subscribed to the channel. Please remember to like and put your name in the comment section so that your name will be entered into the drawing. At the end, you get a gift. Please remember to share the link so others can join us today as well. Today is all about family. This is the month of love, and love definitely stems from the family because that's where our roots are. That is where our foundations are. So when there's love in the family, we're able to also pass it on to others that we meet. And all these three men, two men and one boy that you see next to me, these are my brothers, and they are pieces of my life. That's what comes together and make my life my life. So for those that don't know much about me, this is yeah, this is how it is. This is how I get to. And actually, I think one of the toughest challenges that I've had to also deal with personally is being in the midst of men. Like, so as you see, there are no sisters. Like, I have other sisters, but biologically, there's no sisters. It's just men. So it's like if I turn right, it's a man. If I turn left, it's a man. So literally, like I have to deal with that. And in the home, sometimes the homely responsibilities, most of them fall on me because yeah, because of that. And it's challenging, but as we're growing up, everybody is picking up the pace, everybody is like playing their role well. And now I actually appreciate having them as my siblings because on Sunday this one is helping me put my shoe on, this one is trying to pick my outfit for me, and somebody is here saying, oh, you look good. So I come out and my head is feeling huge because like
Maybe we can trade position if you don't if you're
I,
tired of being
Yeah,
a
what
good
is
girl.
oh really.
I don't mind to
Oh,
trade position.
I don't think you guys will even last 5 minutes.
No, come
My
on.
boys are the only girl in the family. Trust me. Yeah, well,
No,
you guys can like play my role as I can play my role. Okay, you always scream or leave it. Okay, so my next question, we're gonna start from Kofi. What are some of the strengths of our family? Yes, what are some of the strengths of our family?
unity and sticking together. I
Okay.
see we've been hit with so many storms, but at the end of the day, we come back up and we always united and we always stick together. So that
One of
is
some of the strengths of
yeah,
our family.
that's an amazing strength
Yeah,
that we
it
have.
is.
Yeah.
Next,
I would say unity and
you can use
I mean
Kofi's
not
words.
unity. I meant last minute appearances and
Okay. When you say last minute appearance, what does that mean?
like whenever like one of us is going through something, one of us can come or like come be there for someone even though they're having
Oh, okay.
personal
Okay. So David means being there for one another. I don't know why he said last minute, but he meant like being there for one another when we need each other the most.
Yeah.
Okay, Sandy.
I would say just how like our kindness, we always uh yeah, well, it's kind of like what David said, but how we're able to just like help people and stuff like that. Like we always try to make an effort to go above and beyond, even even if we're not really close to the person or the family, but I think because like Kofi said, we're all
United.
yeah, that it's easier for us to go and help others. Because, yeah.
That's your last minute. What you married by last minute?
What did you say?
I said also the bond,
The bond.
Okay, okay.
The
I
bond.
thought you
Okay,
said
what's
that's
the
what.
bond that you think is there?
like for example, me and Sandy,
Uh-huh.
we don't ever fight. Usually, it comes from the brothers to always fight.
Yeah, like I was asking you this question. When was it? Was it this week?
Yeah, it was this
And I
week.
was asking, do you guys ever fight? And I see the age difference, and Mr. David is like, no, we never fight. He said, he's like, no. Do you ever have argument? He said, no, we don't have argument. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. You see boys like that. Always fighting and they don't touch my stuff when the person is, yeah, that's not your stuff and so forth. But yes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting that you don't fight.
Yeah. And I believe that some of the strengths of our family is first of love, and then the second thing I'll say is understanding. We understand each other in the sense that we all respect one another in where they are in their life. There is no disrespect for anybody. It doesn't matter if the person is older or if the person is younger. And
Don't
like
you think I need credit for that being the oldest
Yeah, I
and
think so.
setting that example
Yeah,
for each
exactly.
one
Yeah.
of you to follow?
if you
Yeah.
if you were setting that
Guys,
example
what do you
and
think?
you were setting that example and we were not good, you think we would have followed?
I
We have been
know.
like, let him go this
But
way.
if you set an example, you set an example, you have a template to follow rather than not having a
Okay,
template.
how
So
about this?
yeah.
We'll give you 30% of the no. We'll give you 40% of the no. If
I think
yeah, we'll give you 40%. I'll take 25%.
I know. I think you should do 60,
Hey,
60.
eh?
Yeah, hold on.
You mean 50?
No. 60, 30, 10, and 10.
Okay, well, I'll take that. Okay, we'll take that. So 50, 30, 10, and 10. Because these ones are still growing up. But honestly, if you were to have a personal experience or an encounter with us, you would understand what I mean. Like this David and I can bond on a level where you would think maybe we're age mates, but we are not. And when it comes to things that we ought to be serious, we are also serious. Like there is that respect, like I said, and we know the boundaries, but we also know like the love that we have for one another is deep, like it's very deep. And like Sandy over here too, most times when I go out with him, people see us and they think, oh, that's the wife and the husband, and I'm like, no. But then when I talk to Sandy, he still shows a level of respect. Like even though he's way taller than me, he can probably beat me. No, he couldn't, because I wouldn't make him fried rice. But yeah, he could probably beat me if he could, if he wanted to. But there is no disrespect. And then when it comes to me and Kofi, in as much as the age difference is between us, Kofi even goes down to the level to seek my opinion about things that he's doing in his life. And in some places, or in some, I mean, I don't know, in some places, let me just say that there is not that respect, because you would have to respect somebody to seek the opinion for things that you want to do in your life. And so we do understand one another, and we love each other so much. And then in everything that has to do with one another, like Sandy said, we go beyond and above, and it translates to how our relationship is like with people that are outside. So if my friend comes to the family, everybody in the family embraces that person, and if likewise for everybody here. And that is because of the love and understanding that we have for each other. So I hope those that are watching us, that is inspiring you. You're thinking about how you are with your family, and if you are at that level, continuing with it is great, especially in this time. And maybe if that's something that you've not really paid much attention to, I encourage you that let this be the time, because we all need one another so much right now. So I'm gonna go on to my next questions, but before I do, I'm gonna read some comments, because it looks like the comments are just scrolling in and out, and maybe somebody has a question that they might probably want to ask before we move on. And so I'm going to read the comments that we have and answer any questions that we have so far. So Mr. Ravdeed said, Dr. Baumia, that was for the Vice President of Ghana. Mrs. Matilda Solomon said, hi, guys, with the emoji. Mrs. Ivana Buama said, great. Auntie Ophelia said, I'm here too. It says, Braco, if you don't say anything against me, oh, I'm watching you. Sister Joanna
I
said,
zip my mouth now.
you already know my name. Senior Gafar said, you are lucky to be in between men. You are safe. Auntie Ivana, you drop your name. Thank you. Auntie Ophelia said to tell David to go and sleep. Abba, David. And Sandy Auntie Ophelia says hi. She said you are her favorite. Auntie
Hey,
Ophelia,
are you
really?
lady?
Seriously? You wanna
Thank you,
be?
Auntie. You're my favorite.
Are you lady? You broke my heart.
I can't believe Auntie Ophelia, you are fired. Okay. She said that Mrs. Augustina Prempe said that smiley face and hug. Mr. Raphael said that's mutual respect. Auntie Ophelia said, Abna, I'm coming for shopping in your closet this week. You should go for shopping in Sandy's closet since it's your favorite. Me, don't come to mine since you chose Sandy. And she said that you guys are having too much fun without me.
I think we should invite
Abna.
women to the show.
Yeah.
She needs to come on the show.
Yeah.
She
Hey,
said that.
are you lady? You're
Hey,
coming on the
please
show
let
next
me
time.
read what she said nice about me, okay?
Yeah.
Because this one is epic. She said, Abna, we all cherish you so much, international auntie. Hey,
Hey.
hey, Auntie Ophelia, you can come to the shopping in my closet now, okay? I forgive you. So thank you to everybody that is joining us live today. As you see, I have all the men that are in my life, the pillars of my life seated next to me. Sometimes we get jiggy with it, sometimes we get tough with it, but we love each other so much and unconditionally. And we are here just to spread love and to encourage each and everyone that as we are all dealing with everything that's happening in this world, the reason God gave us a family is for us to support one another and be there for one another. So please encourage yourself, connect with your family. I can't stress that enough. That is why God made us like we are. And so we're going to go on to our next question. We just have a few more questions, and it looks like time is like running away from us right now. But my next question is, David, what do you think we need to do as a family to support you?
Mm. I'd say like more talking and like life examples to give me a better idea and like the right thing on.
More talking. Okay, so for everybody that just heard David, he said more talking, and I couldn't agree with him anymore because here we are in a computer age where we could all be in a house and everybody is locked away, or we could all be seated next to one another, but everybody is locked away in their mind on their phone or on something else. So it is very important, and I think David, that support is not just for you, but it's for all of us. We need to talk more, and I think in this week we've done so much of that, and then the more we talk about one another, the more we know how we can help one another, the more we those that are also like we all feel like we have somebody that's also there for us as well, and we build confidence in each other and we grow together stronger as a family. So good job, give me 5. There you go. Okay, Sandy. Next, what do you think we need to do together as a family to support you?
Oh, I mean, yeah, as obviously outside of communication, that's pretty much the most important stuff. It's yeah, like sure a crucial stage, but yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm not gonna go to Kofi. I'm gonna answer because my list is long. Okay, so David, I need you to open the door for me when I'm getting out of the car. Don't try to leave the door open when we get to the gas station and make me cold. Look at his face. And Sandy, you can do the dishes when you finish eating your fried rice. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I couldn't have asked for I couldn't have asked for better brothers. Even though sometimes some of the get on my nerves, and I have to stand in the kitchen for so long and cook for these ones, and then after a few days they will
But
say
she
they
likes
don't
it.
want it. But one thing that I think you guys can do to support me, what? I think it's only David actually. But I'll think about mine because now that I
Just
think about it,
listen when she talks.
if you don't listen, I'm still gonna knock you anyways, right? So you might as well listen the first time, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, Kofi, you go.
I think you know, David made a good point, and the purpose of your program says we need to talk. Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so just piggybacking on what David was saying, these are some of the things that we can do or we can incorporate in in our homes, folks out there. You know, if you don't have any communication, you probably don't know what is going on, in your family. So it's very, very important that it doesn't have to be any time that we are talking. It's about,
Seriously.
the person has done something terrible.
Wrong.
That is the only time some people will talk to their.
Especially African.
Yes. So please, let's break that habit. It can be talking about just the weather, or maybe just let's go out and just hang around
Food.
outside.
Yeah.
And yes, talking about food, talking about just clothes, or just being in tune with what these young folks are going through in life as well. I know we all go through a lot of stuff, but I think that's the biggest thing. Talking, finding out how they're doing in school, their friends, their favorite courses in school. And just little things you can just pick and talk about. Even their haircuts, you can just, hey, where did you get this
I think
haircut?
now I know what I want to say.
So those are little things that the age difference between David and me is huge.
Huge.
So you
20
can think
years.
about it in this way. It's going to be very impossible for me to relate to David,
Without
but
no, yeah.
but
Yeah.
every time I try to be in tune with what he does. So trying to study his move and trying to be his level. Just go to him and ask him, hey David, so this course or this class or maybe your shoes, or hey, let's do this, blah blah blah. Now me and him, we started doing workout. Working around the house. We used to go to what's the park. Yeah, we go there, and it's not just like just a strenuous workout. It's just you have some time to talk. So it's very, very important. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's not going to take your time. All your time away. So I think it's the folks out there. If you have family members, everyone has their challenges. Talking, it helps.
Does.
It helps a lot. It
That's
makes
why I
them
talk a
feel
lot.
connected to you as well. It makes them think you care about them. Same thing I do to Sandy. I talk to him. Hey, Sandy, what's up with you? Hey, what's your plan? What you want to do? I mean, hey, I see the shoes that he has on. Hey, you have nice shoes. And I usually tell them, hey, David, when the clothes that you rejected, can I get them? Because he's bigger and taller than me already. So I am trying to get his old clothes. Struck a conversation with them. So I think they sum it up.
Okay. I think when Kofi was talking, he kind of rang a bell in my mind. What the thing I need from you guys, especially the two of you. I'm gonna need y'all to do better with your haircut. Like when you go to the barber, don't just shave the edges and come and tell me you went to the haircut. Like get actual haircut, cause you guys are just for those that don't know. Anytime that I'm coming to church, these people are the ones that decide how I should dress. Like this morning,
these people like these two people. No,
that's
yeah.
no, that's
Specific.
okay.
Yeah.
Here, let me be specific. So these two decide what I have to wear, and the one here compliments what I'm wearing. So if after I dress up from their conversation and I don't hear something from here, I know something didn't go right. So then I have
consultants.
I have to go and then this one is the one that always carries my things and then will be telling me. But then that means anytime I have something in there, he's the one that eats it out of my purse without asking me. But yeah, so that's it. But then before we finalize and run up, just as Brakovic is saying, I mean, I'm gonna hit on the talking. Communication is key. The name of this show is We Need to Talk because it's important that we talk. Like until we talk, we cannot read minds. We don't know what we are going through as individuals because when I go to my place. I don't carry my brothers with me. When they go to school, they don't carry me with them. And so the only way that I would know is if we opened up to one another and talk. Because sometimes it's not sometimes, it's stressful. It's really stressful. So you want to come back and unwind with the family and feel comfortable and release some of the stresses and the pressures that are here. And the last question for you guys, this is going to be emotional. So everybody grab your tissue because this is about to be tear jerking. You know how people say, oh, I wish I told my sister this or my brother this or this family this. So what is the one thing that you've never said but you want to say to each of us?
You started with me.
Of course.
Yeah.
hmm
Uh, okay. Well.
You can be emotional, like you can be soft. You don't have to be like uptight.
Oh no, yeah.
Because I want everybody to be crying when we finish.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's like well, yeah. I mean, I know like in the past, like back to what I was talking about when I transitioned over here. Like, yeah, I know it was tough on you guys as well, especially it's tough on myself. But I really appreciate you guys never like making me feel left out, even though we didn't really grow up together. But you were always there for me, always treated me like family. Never, yeah, it never made me feel like, it never made me feel like the odd person out or anything like that. That's really because, I mean, uh, it's really special and it's really deep because it could have, for any other situation, it could have been like, well, the way you treat us and the way you talk to us and stuff like that.
Oh, look at David, he's crying already.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Go ahead, friend.
But yeah, just the way you are like acting and around us and stuff like that. You could anybody could hold heavy resentment and or something because I mean, you know, it's a tough situation. It's hard to kind of like learn how somebody is like that's what's saying, like, especially with the difference in age and things like that. But I just like really appreciate you guys for always making me feel like family, stuff like that. Because I mean, it's what we all need. A lot of people I know, like people who are like single child and stuff like that, they don't have like siblings and that's tough. But I can't imagine not having people who can talk to and I can relate to outside of just friends and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, no. They said when like how it was for me and there when we were done playing, everybody goes home to the
Family.
yeah, and see, you're by yourself.
Yeah. Well, you are family, so it's not like we were treating you like family. You were already family, but yeah. Okay, David, you go ahead.
Um, I'd say despite everything, like the arguments, the like casting each other away for a few days, all that stuff,
Not answering the phone when I call you.
that too. Even amongst all that, if we didn't speak to each other or say something to each other, I just feel like we'd all be still apart. Not just our siblings, but the whole family, everybody would have their own sides and be picking sides. Oh, this and this and that. Or this doing this, I don't like this, I don't like doing that. But like when like we all make an effort to talk about it, like even before we used to have like family meetings about like who's doing this and everybody attacks like what's going on in the family and then we make a solution and then everybody works on it to like make the family go like good direction. So I wouldn't say like there's anything I wanted to say like that's so deep and I never said it, but like just pointing out that like, without the talking, then the family like
Wasn't be a family.
yeah.
So what you basically want to say is what?
I basically just want to say that if we don't have talking and communicate and we won't make it
So
happen.
you like that we all talk as a family. Okay, thank you, David. Okay, Rafi, make yours emotional. You're the older one.
You didn't wait for me, so you can follow my lead.
Oh, you guys want to read?
How can I make my emotion?
Don't worry, they will do it again. So you go ahead and do yours.
Well, thank you guys. You you made an excellent point in. To me, David, I will tell you, you didn't pass the remote enough to me. So maybe you should start passing the remote to me every time, making sure you put it on my was the CNN.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and Sandy, I think what I will also will tell you is um yeah, you haven't been able to. Well, I think you stood up very well, and I mean, of course, this question is rhetorical, so I can't really pinpoint because everything that is out there that you know I would have wished that I told you. I've told you already, so I don't know. I don't know how to go about with that.
You guys need to get
Yeah,
emotional.
so
What
same
is
thing,
this song?
same thing to David. Yes, it's already same thing to David. So um, in this era that we are in, it's just like I think everyone has been on that edge that they know that whatever you need to do for your family to support them and so forth, you have to make sure you do it and you do it accordingly. Because anything can happen to you anytime. So you don't regret not doing something or not saying something. So that means less argument, less fight. If you fight a lot with your family, your siblings, make sure this time is a time that you take it to the minimum. You show them love. Um, and Abner also the same thing. So
What do you want to say to me?
no, what I'm saying is it's already been said.
Hey,
But okay, one thing that I think I would say is I think you haven't been putting my food on the table. So
excuse you. Okay, so for everybody that's watching us, these people just kind of like missed the whole point of where I was trying to get us to get to. I wanted them to like, you see what happens when you're dealing with men and boys? Like, you want them to be in tune with their deeper emotions, and they're here talking about food and somebody's talking about remotes.
The point is trying to make you see is like make us say is to say that we love each other.
Exactly.
But that is
So if you
that
guys
is something
couldn't
that
say
is been
it's okay,
it's
no,
been,
you guys cannot
we
say
told ourselves already.
no.
So it's not like you said what's the question?
This is how
Okay,
we're going
okay,
to
let's look at the
let me
question
give you
again.
the answer. So this is what I was expecting you guys to say. To be like, look here, guys. I just want you guys to know that no matter what, whatever situation you find yourself in, no matter where you are in life, no matter how bad things get, always remember that I really love you guys and I care about you guys. And there is nothing that I wouldn't do for you guys, except if you wake me up too early to make breakfast. I'm not gonna wake up.
What is it?
But
Yeah, tissue. Let me get a tissue.
Do you guys see what I have to deal with? Like when I'm trying to be like emotional, you feel they're here like making fun and
Yeah, we had this conversation. We had this conversation
okay, you know what? I think we should all get up and hug each other. Like, yeah, let's do a cross.
We hug each other. Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Hug each other.
No, you guys didn't do that thing, so we get up and hug each other. Then go and hug Coco. And then go ahead, go and hug Coco. No, come to the camera. They can't see you guys do hug you.
Yeah, the tissue. You need the
Come and
tissue.
let me hug you. Did I say pick me up? Thank you. Let me hug you and you hug Coco. Okay, you hug Coco.
That was an amazing show.
Come and let me hug you. Okay. All right, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed it. For the families that have never hugged in their life, this is the day for you to do
this
so.
one,
It's important. See, that's where I was trying to get all of us to get to. But these people were trying to be no.
Come on.
Okay, so I really hope that everybody enjoyed themselves with us today. So what I was really trying to get us to get to, I think we have gotten to that. And I just want to encourage all of us. It is so crucial that we open up to each other and we support one another, especially now. Like we need each other so much, more than even the food that we eat. And so please For those that have never said I love you to your family members, please, it's not at somebody's funeral that you're going to write a tribute and say I love you. Say I love you. Those words cut deep within. And the hugs that we give one another is as a sign of I'm here for you when you need the comfort. So please, if you've not done so, please do so. If your family, if you're seated next to your husband, Mrs. Prempe and Mr. Prempe, you guys are seated next to each other. So please hug one another. Auntie Ophelia, please hug your
I
children.
think
social distance.
I think Ophelia is crying already. Are you ready? How Sly is giving you a tissue.
Okay,
And
so
Senior.
Senior, you to find somebody and hug. If you're not seated next to somebody, just grab your pillow and hug your pillow, okay? Or just catch this hug in the air. I love you all so much. I love you all so much. And I love you guys too. So we're gonna finish the rest of our comments and we're going to do the drawing. But for now, Mrs. Prempeh said that Abna, your dad is here too. Okay, Dad. Good job. Okay. Auntie Ophelia said you are jealous of Sandy now because he's my favorite. She said, Abner, keep your long list to yourself. Joanna said that's exactly what you do to them. I think she was talking about telling you guys what to do because she always says that. And Auntie Ophelia said, tell Brack I need a G-Wagon.
What is a G-Wagon?
I think the bookie that they put on the children's thing, they
Is it
put
on
the...
the car?
Oh, okay. I can get one from Amazon. Don't worry. I'll order you one, okay? I expect it maybe by the end of this weekend. I'll get it from Amazon.
Auntie Ophelia said, Sandy and David are now your stylists. Very soon you go out without shoe. Amma said, laugh out loud. Auntie Ophelia said, David be a man. David be a man, don't cry. I think she was talking about when Sandy was talking, she didn't want you to cry. But you know something though, David is the one that I can get really emotional with because he's the one that connects with me on that emotional level. Besides, like the ones on the ends, those ones they can't get in touch with their.
I'm an emotional person,
but you don't get there like David and I can get there. So, House of Fire said David is tears of joy.
Who is House of Fire?
No, it's Michelle. Okay. Amma said, I love your sibling bond. It's so touching and she's crying. Oh, Amma. I love you too. And then Auntie Ophelia said, emotional, so yeah, by force. Auntie Ophelia, really, I know you. Please go and hug Brass Lie and the children. Amma said, communication is very key in any and every relationship. Michelle said, it's all about family staying together. We love you all. Senior said, you guys are all wonderful. God bless you all. Sister Denise said, you guys are doing a good job. Sister Denise, we love you, right? We love all of you guys too. Okay, Amma said, oh, this is so sweet. Auntie Ophelia said, practice social distancing. Why? No hugging. And she said that, Brack, if you be careful, G-Wagon is a car.
Who told you? Who told you G-Wagon is a car? G-Wagon is not a car. It's a thing. What's the thing again?
The wagon that they
The bookie. Yeah, the bookie thing on Amazon. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Not the car.
So now
we
are going to do our drawing today, but I'm going to change it up a little bit because today, I have 3 men, and so I'm going to let them all. I mean, not 3 men. I have 2 men and 1 boy, and so I'm going to let them pick. Everyone pick one so that everybody can get it. I mean, more people can win a gift. So we're gonna go with you first. Don't mention the name first.
If I pick up Ophelia, I put it back.
Actually, I'm trying to pick you.
Let me put it back. That's like Ophelia.
Okay. So who did you pick?
House of Fire, actually.
Oh, okay. You picked Michelle. Okay. Okay. So Michelle, I have your gift. David, who did you pick? Mr. Ralph D. Okay. Thank you. And who did you pick?
So I picked Joanna.
Okay. So our winners for today are Miss Joanna, Mrs. Joanna, Mr. Ralph, and House of Fire, Dallas. which I believe is Michelle. And so, please, I'm going to be sending out your gift. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope this was a little break from like the bad reality going on outside there. And I hope it encourages you to stay with your family and get close to one another. Those that have not hugged each other yet, please make sure you do so. I also like to tell you about O&O signature. As you see me today, stunning, and matching all the combinations next to me. You can only find all these in one designer, O&O signature. So please remember to contact us at 469-769-2306. Again, it's 469-769-2306. You can catch us on Facebook at OO Signature, and you can also follow us on Instagram at OO Signature. And so before I continue with the rest of my announcements, you guys, everybody give one advice to each family out there watching us. So let's start from the youngest and then the oldest will sum it up. So you go first.
Um, I'd say to count your days because you never know when the last day is.
What did you say? Say louder.
I said that to count your days or like cherish your days because you'll never know when's the last day, the last time you'll see that individual or them as a whole.
Okay. Okay. So David said that cherish your time with your families because we never know when the last day will be. That is very deep. David, Sandy?
Yeah, kind of to the overall thing, just yeah, check on your friends, your relatives, far distant relatives, because you don't know what they're going through right now. Maybe don't. Maybe it just seems like everything is okay, but maybe they really just need somebody to reach out to them. I still feel like they're loved.
Okay. Bracket.
Yeah, love more and hate less.
Okay. So as y'all heard, everything is about love. Love more, hate less. Check on your loved ones all over the world because we are all dealing with the pandemic and our challenges and our struggles. So I also want to tell you about Transatlantic air and ocean shipping, which is located here in the US. If you want to ship anything from the US to Ghana, please contact them at 214-493-7745. Again, it's 214-493-7745. They do next air shipping to Ghana, and the next shipping that they're going to be sending out to Ghana is February 25th. So as we are talking about checking out on family, if you have any items you want to send to your family back home in Ghana, COVID is not it's not an excuse. You can still send it to them. If you want to do air shipping, they got you. If you want to do ocean shipping, they got you as well. So please remember to call them. You can also contact Mr. Andreas Niente. He is the CEO of Multimedia Records. Andreas is also the owner of He and She Perfumes. He sells cologne for the men and he sells perfume for the women as well. So you can contact him. Remember, we are still in the month of February, Black History Month. Like I said, I encourage all parents, please have your children do short videos of what they are proud of as being Africans or as being Black and send it to me. And I'm going to be posting them on my social media handles this week. I have a few and I'm going to post all of them this week. Please like, comment when you see them, encourage these children so they can break out and also do what they are out here to do. We are so proud of them. We are proud of our blackness. And as you go out there this week, please remember we love one another, we share love, and we spread love. Spread the love, not the virus. Spread the love, not the virus. Spread the love, not the virus. We need to talk again next week, Sunday. And please remember, if you've not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, which is Owusuwa TV. Again, the channel is Owusuwa TV. And I hope everybody enjoyed our show today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank
And
you
have a
guys for
blessed
joining
weekend.
us.
Thank you all.
Bye bye.
Bye. We love you all.
Till next time.